let's talk about getting you past the stuck AF phase. Ready for this? My name is Tanya Oliver, life coach to seven-figure entrepreneurs wanting to embody greatness in their business, life, and the relationship. I learned this power tool when I was probably just really stuck AF. And one of the seasons of being stuck AF, I had gotten into something called EFT. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Technique. This power tool changed everything for me. I still use it to this day. In fact, I actually had a coaching session this morning with a client, and we had some really powerful breakthroughs. 95% of our day is run through the subconscious, and that's a little bit scary if the subconscious is more of a liability than an asset. So let's flip the script here. When I first learned EFT, I needed to learn how to get out of my own freaking way because I knew that I was designed for greatness. I probably wouldn't be here having this conversation with you today if I wasn't relentless in the pursuit of achieving the dream, the goal, and the vision that God has intentionally planted inside of me. So you have to have that relentlessness. And in the pursuit of that, I was always seeking truth, and I love sharing the truth once I learn it. EFT is also known as a tapping technique. It's really weird. I'm not going to lie. When I do it in the car, I get a lot of weird looks like this lady's having a nervous breakdown. But all that matters is it works. The work works. And that's what you have to focus in on. What a lot of people call as weird and dumb, sometimes we have to question, because I personally, being on the other side of it now, consider popping a pill, grabbing a bottle, recklessly sleeping around to be more dumb and weird than actually applying tools that really work and help you process your negative thoughts in a really healthy way that get to the root of the issue and resolve it. I love healthy speed. I don't like backsliding, and I'm sure you would appreciate the same. So let's get into this. EFT, also known as tapping. So we're tapping something known as the meridians. The meridian systems, also known as energy systems in the body. And one of the biggest things is when we are storing our negative thoughts and emotions, eventually they catch up to us, because an emotion is just energy in motion. It needs to be moved out of the body. If there is something that is not serving you and you don't like it and you can't figure out why the frick you keep blocking your blessings, just give this 30 days. And I promise you, you're going to find so many breakthroughs, so much relief, so many things happening. You can even go on ChatGPT and have it scripted out for you if there's a specific emotion that you can't really figure out, or maybe you just don't feel super confident doing this on your own. By the way, if you click below, I have a free 10 steps to build mental strength and step into your personal power PDF for you guys, and as well as an accountability calendar and a commitment contract just to keep you focused AF. This is really, really powerful. There's some really great things here on resistance and attachment and just really getting out of your own freaking way, because you deserve to live an extraordinary life. Okay. So this is the karate chop. Karate chop is the part where you have a setup statement. It's almost like just taking a moment to breathe and to collect yourself. So it's just setting the pace for the entire session, that when we're tapping on our meridians, we're tapping on the energy system, you're telling the subconscious that, hey, you're safe. And hey, there's no repercussions. And maybe that's the first time you've ever heard that in your life. So you're going to create this healthy, trustful relationship within yourself, within your nervous system, so that you can regulate your nervous system as you get to the root of the issue. A lot of times we're dysregulated, and to have a moment to process sometimes some deep stuff that we didn't even know still existed inside of us, it can get really heavy, and we don't need to create trauma on top of trauma. Let's just put it that way. So the setup statement just sets like, hey, no matter what, I love you, I accept you, we got this, we can do this. And this is part of really starting to learn how to get on your own winning team. We're going to work with, let's say, overwhelm, because overwhelm seems to be a really big one, specifically for high achievers and people are in the pursuit of something. And so let's do that. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling super overwhelmed and mentally exhausted, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling all of this overwhelm, I completely love and accept myself. So this is just your setup statement. Then we're going to go through 8 different points of the body. And we're tapping the top of our head. I know it gets a little weird, but come on, you made a promise to me. We're going to do this. And then we get to the forehead. Then we get to the side of the eyes. And we get to the underneath the eyes and on the lip. And then right here on the chin and around the heart. And then you're going to hug yourself around the nose, armpits. You do it with 2 hands. And the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to give your issue in your tissues, your triggers or your challenge that you're about to have a conversation with yourself on. You're going to rate it 1 through 10. 10 is like you reach your threshold. 1 is that it doesn't even exist. And I would give my overwhelm probably like a 3. And then I would say, where do I feel it in my body? I feel it on the bottom right of my hip. And then sometimes the ego wants to be like, oh, well, just because you're sitting a lot and you're writing your book and you're not. But it doesn't matter. Where are you feeling discomfort? Where are you feeling disease in the body? The body's a subconscious, so it's going to have different messages to share with you. Pay attention to this because you're going to feel an energy shift within the body as you're bringing stuff to the surface. So I feel it in the back part of my hip. And it also attaches up to the left part of my neck. So I'm feeling like this wraparound. That's where I'm feeling it in the body. And then, so you do your body scan, you choose one emotion you want to work with throughout the tapping, and then you just let it go from there. And we're going to get into it. So let's go. And here we go. So I'm feeling, okay, so even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling all this overwhelm, I completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed and mentally exhausted, I completely love and accept myself. I'm feeling really overwhelmed. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to keep up with the demands of writing my book. I keep putting my book off because I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if I'm getting it right. I don't know if it's good enough. And then you just go through all the negatives, all the negative voices in your head. You just allow it to have it a voice. Remember, you're having a safe space and you're giving yourself an opportunity to figure out why you're dragging your feet and why you're procrastinating and why you're overwhelmed. I'm not quite sure if I am doing this right, and I don't want to let people down with this book. This book means a lot to me because of how much it impacted my life. And I want others to have the tools and the information and some mindset stuff that will really help them get out of their own ways so that they can get on the other side and experience a life that they deserve. I'm dragging my feet on this book and I'm procrastinating it, and I'm feeling overwhelmed with it because what if I put my heart and soul into this and it stops? What if I write this book and nobody buys it? Nobody buys it. I just spent over $20,000 on this book. So I wasted my money. I wasted my time. And as you're talking out loud too, the body's gonna be like, no, that's not it. But you're just giving yourself time to figure out the puzzle. And I go, so what if I write this book and nobody buys it and I just put my heart and soul into it, and then I would just feel really disappointed. So I'm feeling something, and that means that I'm getting to something. So now I'm feeling like, oh, disappointment is something. I have several experiences in life where I've put my heart and soul into something and I put my all, and I was left with no turnout, no purchases, nobody showed up, and I was so discouraged and I felt so disappointed. I started to resent. I don't want to resent what I love because of people not showing up, or maybe somebody reads a book and they're disappointed. Maybe they feel like they've wasted their time, they've wasted their money. That's not it. What if the reason I'm dragging my feet on this is I don't want to put my heart and soul into something and it be a disappointment. I don't want to be a disappointment. Also combining a little bit of theta work in here, but we're not getting into that today. I did this earlier and I cried. So I knew crying is also another form of cellular memory releasing. So I know that the disappointment thing was a trigger. And then it also comes back to first impression, a cellular memory. Remember, beliefs and truths are not the same thing. Beliefs are shapeshifted based on experiences, on different levels, soul level, genetic history, core level. And it's not, they come from somewhere. And so when we resolve it, we pull it, we clear it, we cancel it, and then we replace it. which we're going to do at the end. I like to combine T work with theta healing at best. But we're just doing theta EFT work today. And so I'm going to take a deep breath, exhale. Now, sometimes when you do the first negative round, it is going to increase in number. And so what happens is we have a part of the brain called the amygdala. And the amygdala is where we store our long-term memory. That's why we're bringing things that has been stored, cellular impressions from the past, and we're bringing it to conscious awareness so that we can do something about it with the right tool. So if you are seeking out a professional, I highly recommend hiring a professional to help you navigate, teaching you the framework. But this is just a very basic thing that you can absolutely do on your own to be more self-sufficient. You can even, when you subscribe here, you can book a complimentary session. Complimentary strategy call, not a session. So when we're doing this, the number actually increased. So I'm going to go through another round, and then it probably went up to a 5. Now, I did tapping on this before, and the number was up at an 8. So this is me doing the round the second time, and the number has gone down, but it's still going up a little bit. So that means there's still some form of a trigger, and there's something still there. So we're going to go through the negative round one more time, and then we're going to breathe in through it. We're going to see where the body feels. I will say I feel a little bit of relief in the right side, and the tension in the neck has released because I'm actually giving it a voice. Our neck has a lot to do with speaking up and standing up for yourself and having communication. And so when you're communicating things even to yourself, it will you'll find relief in a lot of the ailments of the body. So you're creating ease in the dis-ease on the subconscious level. So I don't want to end up resenting the gifts that God has given me. We're getting somewhere. I don't want to end up resenting God for placing these gifts inside of me when they end up becoming a disappointment. So here we're getting into, I don't want to resent God because I'm going to be disappointed. I don't want to disappoint God. If I give my all and I put my all into something so powerful and something I'm so passionate in, I just don't want to end up resenting my gifts. This one we're getting super deep, where if I know that God has given me the gifts and I end up becoming disappointed with the gifts, and I don't want to end up being disappointed with God. So this is where we're getting into the core of something that has nothing to do with the overwhelm. It is a deeper layer of why I'm procrastinating, because it has everything to do with, if I'm procrastinating, I don't feel safe to move forward. In other videos, we talk about 3 levels of procrastination. Really has nothing to do with laziness. It has everything to do with the inability to process your negative thoughts and emotions in a healthy way. So this is a healthy tool to help you process your negative thoughts and emotions on the subconscious level so you can bring it to conscious awareness and get out of your own way. So these little things like the healthy timeouts allow you to just be able to then sprint forward. Now what we're going to do, just for time's sake, we're going to go through the positive round because I got through the negative and I've had a little bit of a breakthrough. So the positive round is just stating, and then I got to the core of it. So you want to let this, sometimes when a number gets higher, you want it to brought to the surface, like breaking a fever. And you're going to feel like, whoa, it's like a good cry or a good scream, or you're thinking screaming. What is this girl talking about? Primal screaming, super healthy. Remember, way healthier than popping pills. So ultimatum. And you're just like, well, I know it's healthy for me. So I don't care if I think it's dumb. I don't think that's the brain trying to stop you, because you're going to have this duality in the mind. It's just new. Anything new is weird, awkward, whatever. So now we're going to go through the positive round, and we're going to fill up our cup. We're going to prophesize over ourselves. We're going to build into ourselves. We're going to appreciate ourselves, because what you appreciate will appreciate. So when you start to appreciate yourself and bless yourself and prophesize over yourself, that will also help you further along, build that self-trust, and learn how to get on your own winning team a lot faster. But we're going to do this on the subconscious level. So I'm really proud of myself for taking the time to get clear on why I'm procrastinating versus judging myself. I really respect myself for always showing up and getting to the root of the underlying issue of something. I really admire that I'm relentless in the pursuit of figuring out how to get to what I need to get to, and how to cross the bridge, and how to get on the other side, and to reach heightened levels of success. I really admire that no matter how many hits I get, I still get back up, and I still have hope, and I still have a kind heart, and I still have strong will. willpower. And I still have strong will to get up and to still pursue. I really admire and appreciate that. I'm super grateful that I have these tools to be able to help me. I love that I can start to create an experience today by bringing joy into the situation and to bring fun, to start bring fun and pleasure into the journey. And I know that once I achieve this book, I'm going to be so proud of myself. And if I just anchor into that and to accomplishing what I said I was going to do, I know that it will all be worth it and that I did my part, and that's all I can control. And I always admire myself for getting back up. And I appreciate how I can stay focused under all situations and circumstances. And I really love that I am always in the pursuit of figuring it out. And I know that I always do figure it out. And I know that I always will figure it out. And I know that I can start to have fun throughout the process, and things could be fun throughout the process, and I can experience pleasure and joy within the pursuit of my dreams and my goals, and get to work with amazing people and share the resources that I have with others. I really love that I don't gatekeep and I get to share this, because this is what abundance is about. Abundance is being able to share my resources and being able to share my gifts. I know that the right people, places, and things will show up and align once I build what I said I was going to build, and I follow through with what I said I was going to follow through with. Exhale out. And that felt really good. If you love this video and you found value in it today, make sure you follow. Leave a comment below if you've ever tried EFT or if you just tried it for the first time, also known as tapping. I would love to know how this served you and any shifts that you felt. Make sure you like it and share it with your business bestie. Remember, an abundant mindset is also a sharing mindset. So share this content if you found value in it. And if you want to live an extraordinary life, because I know that you can have it all, you have to believe you can have it all. You first got to become an extraordinary human being. And remember, you can do hard things. And I'm forever in your corner. Remember to download your free 10 steps to build mental strength and reclaim your personal power. Because with that, you can achieve anything that you put your mind and your heart into. All right, you guys, till the next video. See you later.